Hey, Shalom, Lord of Christ. It's Captain Roger Zod from Atlanta, Georgia. You understand? I'm promoting, helping the brothers promote the Midwest barbecue. Make sure you show out and show your brotherhood and your sisterhood. Instead, bring your family, bring your kids, and come in the spirit of the Most High, understand, and get it in with these Midwest brothers. Strong brothers out there. Shout out Captain Mao Quad and all the captains down there, Captain LeBon, Captain Jabbar Moff, and all these brothers in the Midwest. Shalom.
That's the reason you see me, y'all niggas monkeys. Monkeys, new boys, and power junkies.
We have a cookout, Midwest cookout. Come out, break bread with your people, support your nation. That's the one thing we need in these days and times. Black man, black woman, Hispanic man, woman, and child. Let's come together and break bread as we should. Shalom.
Sounds good when it's played to the right song, gets the takeover.
Hey, Shalom, Yabashim Al-Sharakat to all of my brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shema, Allah Thumb, Bashim Al-Shah to all of my sisters. I'm Officer Kunaya, Allah Ban Yasha, Allah. Come pop out. Midwest barbecue finna be fire. Y'all don't want to miss this for nothing.
Stop beating your bitch up, causing schisms in the body.
So with Officer I.S.U.P.K from South Carolina. I'm here to tell y'all need to come out to the Midwest barbecue.
They laced up. I got a few black wives, no laced on.
This is Priest and Obstacle Ride. Hey, come to the Midwest barbecue.
U.P.K, you ain't fucking with the gang.
Shalom, Yabashim Al-Sharakat. This is Officer Hyden out of Houston, Texas. Come to the Midwest barbecue.
Gang for Muhammad, and I'll be off of you niggas. I get counseling every day to keep me off of you niggas. Shit with the six.
Shalom, Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shabbat to all the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shema, Alatham Shem, Yahweh Shah to all the sisters. This is the I.S.U.P.K out of 125th Harlem, New York, under Commander GEN.YAHANNA, the home of the truth, man. First and foremost, get your tithes in, man. Pay your tithes. 10% of all increase and earnings must come into the house of the Lord. You win a scratch off, send that thing into the Most High. Send it in. You know what I mean? You know, you spend money on all type of stuff, man. You get a white man all type of money. You know what I'm saying? Give some of that money to the man of the Lord that's really helping black people. You know what I'm saying? We feed black people, we housing black people. When I say black people, I mean blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians only. You know what I'm saying? If you're not that, you know, you can leave the page, but if you want to send some money in, go right ahead. You know what I'm saying? You can pay to help us destroy your people. It's all right. But, you know what I'm saying? Get your tithes in, man. You know what I'm saying? So we can finish, so we can build this nation up properly. You know what I mean? And if you running around here in the fake Israelite group, got you 12 tribe shots, you running around with fringes on your work shirt, you know, all that garbage you need to be sending tithes into the I.S.U.P.K, man. You know what I mean? Send them tithes in. All right, with that, man, we're going to get into these scriptures, man. We're talking about, you know, you cannot be sitting at home on the internet, you know what I'm saying, going out on the streets, starting Israelite groups. That is not thus says the Lord. It's not in the scriptures. You must be taught how to do this thing. All right? You got to be taught first. That's what the scriptures say. All right? You cannot be going out there that is going against the Bible. And then we're going to get the scriptures, man, just to show that you must be taught first. You know what I'm saying? And that you can't be on the fence. You cannot be on the fence about the things that you're doing. You got to make your election sure. All right, you gotta be sure about this truth. Be sure about, you know, keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Make your election sure, man. All right.
That's right.
we gonna get into these scriptures because, like I was just saying about them fake Israelite group brothers wearing fringes on work shirts because you ain't been properly taught. You are disrespecting the fringes by putting fringes on your Target shirt, man. You know what I'm saying? It's disrespect. Every time, it's disrespectful, man. You cannot be doing that, brother. You know what I mean? It's disrespecting the fringes, all right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You looking like, you know, them Jews, you know, some running around with our symbols, you know, they got, you disrespecting the fringes just like the homosexuals is disrespecting the rainbow. You know what I'm saying? The rainbow was a glorious sign from the Most High. You know what I'm saying? That they turned to something disgusting, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, we don't even want to look at a rainbow no more. You know what I'm saying? Think about a rainbow because they done made it something horrible when it was a glorious thing at one time. It meant something glorious that the Lord was never going to flood the earth again. You know what I'm saying? It was a glorious thing, man, that they made disgusting. And that's what you're doing to the fringes by putting it on a Target shirt, man. You know what I mean? Or putting it on, you know what I mean? Any kind of you know what I'm saying, work shirts or slavery shirts. That's supposed to be for your garments, your war, like a pair of the things that you know, be in class teaching or you go into the streets, you know, on your garments. You know what I'm saying? And garments is not a Target shirt out. All right?
That's right.
So, you know what I'm saying, you ain't been properly taught. You know what I'm saying? You're running around sleeping with prostitutes, you know what I'm saying, and white women thinking that they can be your concubines. You know what I'm saying? I've heard this. You know what I'm saying? Brothers is sleeping with white women talking about that's not a concubine. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't been properly taught the scriptures. You don't understand. Right. And some of y'all know you just want to sleep with disgusting white women. I don't know why, because they are horrible. You know what I'm saying? I can't, you know, black women are so much better. They stink and everything. You know what I mean? You know, you gotta just stay away from our sisters are so much better than them. You know what I'm saying? All about the blacks, Hispanics, and niggas are all so much better than them women, man.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So, when brothers is doing that, hey, you know what I'm saying? Brothers is doing that. You know, also, you know what I'm saying, running around sleeping with men behind their women's back, and because you know your teacher is teaching you that you can't have more than one woman. So what you do is you go and sleep with a sister and tell her you backslid. You know what I'm saying? They tell her, well, you know, I sinned and I backslid. You know what I'm saying? And you bogus. You run around sleeping with sisters, tossing them to your brother. You know what I'm saying? Now we got to fix her up. You know what I'm saying? And get her spirit back right because you didn't turn her into a whore because you didn't sleep with her and toss her to the side. You know what I'm saying? And that's just not brotherly. You know, telling you got to get a marriage license and put the white man over your marriage.
For this one.
All right. So make your election sure, man. You know what I mean? Make sure you are one of these people with the mark. Grab that scripture.
Come on. Ezekiel chapter 9 verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Right, so for all the abominations, we out here every day. You know what I'm saying? We online. We, you know what I'm saying, everywhere, sighing and crying for our people to try to get them to put the mark in their forehead to be saved. You know what I'm saying? And that mark is the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Right. Keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments is the mark that you need to have. You know what I'm saying? It needs to be in your head. You know what I mean? To keep the law, statutes, and commandments. And that's how you're going to be saved. And so this is what the Most High said. You know what I'm saying? You can't be on the fence. You know what I mean? Because it's life or death. You know what I'm saying? To be sure, to not be sure, it's gonna be life or death, man. It ain't got no time for weak people to be lukewarm to water. To be you can't be being lukewarm or none of that. So keep going out.
And to the others he said, in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite.
So the people who ain't got that mark, the people who ain't keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, you're going to be killed. That's what smite means, to be killed.
Right.
All right? Keep going.
Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity.
It won't be no pity shown to you because you got brothers out here telling you, brother, man, you probably should stop selling that dope. You know what I'm saying? You probably, coming to the truth, we'll give you a place to lay your head, man. You will be straight. You know what I'm saying? The Most High will make sure you don't want and need for anything. The scriptures say, seek first the kingdom of heaven and everything will be added on to you. You know what I mean? So we telling you, man, don't stop doing this. Stop being the horses. Get off the stripper pole. You know what I'm saying? Just stop doing it. You know what I'm saying? Your body is more sacred than a goddamn dollar, a piece of paper, or a ring. You know what I'm saying? You know, the white man got you so destroyed. You think if a person don't buy you a ring, you know what I'm saying, that you it don't matter. Like you having sex with somebody is less important. You know what I mean? Your body is more sacred than a ring or a piece of paper.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We tell us, you gotta stop being whores. You know, the person you lay with is the person you can be with for the rest of your life because you can make death or life with that act. You know what I'm saying? You can be killed with AIDS or you can bring a baby into the world. If you ain't ready to spend the rest of your life with that brother, don't sleep with him. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. But people don't want to listen. So you will in them times, you know what I'm saying? When it's that time, you will be put to death for continuing to do that. Brothers running around sleeping with all type of women. You know what I'm saying? You one day, you're going to get caught up in the wrong household and you're going to get your brains blown because this is a brother's wife. Or you're going to get caught up with AIDS. You know what I mean? It's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? You got to be sure. You got to make sure. You know, I like to say, don't be sure, make sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure that you're doing the right things. You know what I mean? Keep going.
Slay utterly old and young.
Yeah, it don't matter. People like saying, I'm young. You know, I'm young. I'm just, you know, living my life. I'm young. It don't matter. You will be slayed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You will be put to death. Being young, right, with that, you know, blunt in your hand. You know, partying in the gay clubs. You know, they, you know, whatever you doing, you want to be punished for it, old or young. It don't matter. Keep going.
Both maids and little children.
Maids and little children. It don't matter, man. You got to get it together.
And women. But come not near any man upon whom is the mark.
You see? You know what I'm saying? If you doing what you supposed to do, if you keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, you keeping brotherhood and sisterhood, you treating our sisters like the princesses that they are, you treating our brothers like real brothers, you know, you ain't out here perpetuating the white man's trap, you know what I'm saying, with the drug dealer and all of these things, that the devices that are set up to destroy our people, you know what I'm saying? It won't come near you, you know what I'm saying? That angel that's coming to destroy everything won't touch you.
Right.
All right? But you have to be taught these things first. All right? Let's keep going. Let's sit on that, right?
A lie.
Keep going.
And begin in my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house.
Right. So it's going to be beginning at, you know, them fake brothers and them fake Hebrew Israelite groups, them churches, them Hebrew Christians, I like to call them. You know what I'm saying? Hebrew Christians out there. You know, your fake pastor, your T.D. Jakes, and all the people who is acting like they love the Lord, but they not keeping the commandments. That's a contradiction. You can't love the Lord and you're not keeping the commandments, because that is loving the Most High. All right? Though they going to start there first. Like, heal them first and foremost. I want all of them done in first. All right? That's it on that one, right?
Count on one count.
All right, grab Isaiah 30 and 20. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're going to go through stuff. I ain't saying this walk is going to be an easy thing. You know what I'm saying? Anything worth having is worth working for. I always like to say that, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
If you want something, if it's worth having, it's going to take some work if it's worth it. If it's
That's
easy,
right.
you ain't going to appreciate something easy. You know what I'm saying? You don't appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? You know, things that's worth having is worth working for. You know what I'm saying? You want to be you want to have a righteous, you know, life and a righteous, you know, you got to fight. You got to fight these battles. It's hard to, you know, not go out there and sell drugs when you're broke. I understand. You know what I mean? It's tough. It's a tough fight. It's hard to turn down sisters, you know, because they, you know what I'm saying, who bad. They come at you, they trying to give it away now like it's nothing. They giving, you know, my man say vagina is dropping on the stock market because they're giving it away so freely. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to turn it down, man. You know what I'm saying? But you got to do it when when you think about it, like, man, how many other brothers she didn't freely try to give that vagina to? You know what I'm saying? I'm broke. You know what I'm saying? And they, you know, and they coming at me. So what about the dude in the beam in the nice houses? You know what I mean?
Right.
They, you know, it's easy. You know what I'm saying? It's hard, but you got to tell them sisters, man. Hey, look, sis, I'm not going to sleep with you. You know what I'm saying? You get into this school, you change your life, because you sleep with me, that's forever. You know what I mean? Ain't no going back into the world. If you want somebody to just have sex with you, just walk around the corner over there. It's a lot of brothers who are just willing to have sex with you and toss you to the side. You know what I mean? Go to them. That's what a righteous brother would do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to treat you like a whore. I'm going to show you something better. You know what I'm saying? Show you that you have value to me, even if you don't have value to yourself.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Give him that.
Keep going. I mean, let's get it, bro.
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore.
So you're going to be going through stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get, bread of, you say them two things again?
Bread of adversity.
Bread of adversity. You're going to be going through things, man. You're going to have some adversity. There's going to be some tough trials and things in your life. You know what I'm saying? That you're going to go through. Keep going.
And the water of affliction.
You know what I'm saying? You're going to be afflicted. You're going to have some pains. You know what I'm saying? It's going to happen. You know, we was going through hell before we found this truth. Keep going.
Yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore.
But the truth ain't hidden no more. Now you got the truth. You know what I'm saying? We all over the place, you know, like I say, in the country, outside of the country, you know, all over the internet, we everywhere, man. There's truth is out here, you know what I'm saying? Brothers everywhere, you know what I'm saying? They noticing You seeing brothers, you know, rocking, you know, fringes, you know, you seeing people talking about I'm a Hebrew. It's all through the music, you know, every rapper wants to be Hebrew now. You know what I'm saying? It's out here. The teachers is not in the corner no more, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This truth is out here. You know, like, you remember when, I don't know, when you was in the world, you know, you trying to come into the truth. Or no, when you just in the world, you know what I'm saying? And you be like, you going through something, and you be like, man, God, if you get me up out of this one, I promise this will be my last blunt. You know what I'm saying? you know, you always get the moments when you promise to God, man, you get me out of this one. You know, you sit in the car, the police right there, they pulling your man. I hope they don't find this pistol under the seat, God. If you get me out, I promise I'm gonna go to church. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but you know, those afflictions, man. The teachers, the truth is right around the corner, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? They say it's darkest before dawn. Right. You know, this truth is out here. You know what I'm saying? This truth is here to save your life and get you out of them afflictions and those, what it say, all the adversity. Right. Your teachers is out here. We teaching. We got counselors. Man, it's a beautiful thing, man, to be amongst brothers and sisters, man, that's glorious, that's virtuous, and brothers that's righteous. You know what I'm saying? You can leave your, you know what I'm saying, your water down. You can leave your sister. You ain't got to worry about a brother, you know, talking to your woman, winking at your wife, touching on your kids, stealing your money. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to worry about none of that. You know what I'm saying? That's heaven, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's in the I.S.U.P.K. Let's keep going.
But thine ears, Salakia, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers, and thine ears shall hear a word behind thee saying, this is the way, walk ye in it.
Right, you know what I'm saying? You hear it, hey, this is the truth, right here. You know what I'm saying? You be walking down the street, my man said he heard the truth. He was walking down the street smoking a cigarette with a white girl. He said that truth hit him, he flung that cigarette away. It made the white girl keep moving when he heard it, man. He in that day. You know what I'm saying? That story is the funniest when he told me, like, man, I was smoking a cigarette and the brother just, you know, slapped me with the truth. He said, you know what I'm saying? And he like, I had a whole devil on my arm and smoking a cigarette, man. And he was like, man, and he heard that truth, like, you know, and he heard it say, this is the way. Walk ye in this path, man. This is the way you should go, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we was wandering around lost in the streets in the world. You know what I mean? Trying to figure out, man, which way should I go? You know what I'm saying? What am I going to do? I'm running through Egypt. You know, after I was in Kemet. You know what I'm saying? I'm running, I'm all in, you know, wearing dashikis. Talking about I'm Kemet. You know what I'm saying? You know, all of this, man. You know what I'm saying? Talking about F the Bible. My man tried to pull out a Bible to teach me about the truth when he first brought the truth to me. He pulled out this Bible. I'm like, man, I ain't trying to hear nothing you got to say out of that book. You know what I'm saying? That book is garbage. And then he showed me the video of the truth, man, and it was on ever since. Here, I heard it, and I walked in that way. You know what I mean? Because I had never heard them scriptures before. I never actually read the Bible, because you don't actually read the Bible in the church. You know what I mean? You go in the church, they preach a little bit, and they shake and dance and cry, and you go home. And that's it. You know what I'm saying? But keep going, brother.
When ye turn to the right hand, when ye turn to the left, ye shall defile also the covering of thy great.
Go back, read up a little bit from left hand and right hand again.
Come. And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee saying, this is the way, walk ye in it. When ye turn to the right hand, and when ye turn to the left.
Right, that's all there. When you thinking about going to the left or to the right, this is the way to go. You know what I'm saying? Keep going straight into the truth. Stay on that straight path, man. You know what I'm saying? They might call you a square or whatever they're going to do, but you're going to be straight. You ain't going to be looking over your shoulder worried about, you know what I'm saying, somebody trying to murder you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to be worried about, you know what I'm saying, nothing if you're doing right. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to have to worry about those things. You know what I'm saying? You know, I still get a little nervous a little bit when the police get behind me sometimes with license and insurance. But I ain't worried, like, you know, if I'm going to be killed. I just don't like getting pulled over. You know what I mean? Like, I guess I'm finna, but keep going.
Ye shall defile also the covering of thy graven images of silver, and the ornament of thy molten images of gold.
So yeah, they're gonna those, you know, the crosses. You know what I mean? They're gonna be getting thrown away. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, at first I said forget the Bible, but then when I learned the truth, I said no, you know, it's not forget the Bible, it's forget this cross that they got me worshiping. You know what I'm saying? That ain't got nothing to do with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? toss that to the side. You know, if you run around kissing rocks and being a Muslim, kissing dumb rocks and all this, worshiping rocks, you're going to say, you know what, that's not what I should be doing. You know what I'm saying? This is the way to go. You know what I mean? Is that it on that one, brother? Keep going.
Thou shalt cast them away as a menstruous cloth.
Right. You know, cast them joints away, man. They ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like a sister who had been on her menstrual, tosses away her garments. That, you know, that's how disgusting those things should be looked at. Is casting away like they're nothing. People walking around with crosses on their neck, worshiping the cross. They, you know, something happened, they kissing the cross, putting crosses all over their body, like that's gonna save you. No, brother, that's not gonna save you. You have to stop killing your people with drugs is what's gonna help you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stop sleeping with brothers' wives. If you're a brother, you know, you gotta stop being a homosexual. Stop blowing rods, all right? You know what I'm saying? That's what's gonna save you from AIDS, all right? Cut it out. Keep going.
Thou shalt say unto it, get thee hence. Then shall he give the rain of thy seed, that thou shalt sow the ground withal.
All right, drop that, grab 28 and 9. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Walk in the path, learn, you know, get into the truth and learn. You know what I'm saying? And then when you hear the truth, you gotta do it. Cause it say faith without works is dead. You can't believe and not put no work in. You know what I mean? You gotta put some work in. All right, let's get it, brother.
Isaiah chapter 28 verse 9. Who shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine?
You know what I'm saying? This is where it says we get into, you gotta be taught. You cannot just be at home. You know what I'm saying? How many times, like brothers have told me, I read the whole Bible. You know what I mean? But okay, what does that mean? I remember I read the Bible before, and I had no idea what it said, what it meant. It was, you know, I didn't know that it was talking about me. I didn't care about it. I'm picturing white people reading this book like, this book is stupid. You know what I mean? I remember them days, like, you know, reading the Bible. It might as well have been in Spanish. You know what I mean? You know, so it's like, man. But who will be taught? Who shall be taught knowledge? Keep going.
And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk.
You got to be taught the milk. You got to be taught the scriptures properly. You got to understand that this is a black person's book. That way you won't be thinking that Adam was made from a lump of clay on the ground. With some dirt, literally. You won't be thinking things like that. You won't be thinking that Jesus Christ was made from an angel came down and had sex with Mary. You won't be thinking weird stuff like that. Christ was made because you understand that the scriptures say how to properly read the Bible. You can't read it like a book, pick it up from Genesis and read to Revelations. You got to hear a little and there a little, precept upon precept. This scripture right here tells you about this scripture. This scripture right here teaches you about that. You know what I mean? You got to get proper understanding. You got to first stop getting high to understand the Bible. You can't be high out of your mind trying to read the Bible and get some understanding. You high. You know what I'm saying? I remember brother was high. He was telling me some stuff about Cain. What he said, it was just some breakdown. He was just high in his mind trying to tell me that, you know, Cain, what did he say? Cain and Abel. I forget, man. It was so stupid. I forget what he said. But it was some kind of stupid breakdown when he was talking about all the ways that Cain and Kant and, you know what I mean? I don't know. It was just ridiculous, man. But it was just some high. You know, some brothers sitting high talking about, you know what I'm saying, high questions. You know what I mean? You know how you had them, what they say, them high questions? Yeah. Those high questions that you ask when you, like if, what did he say? If, I ain't gonna say the kid. Right. But anyway, keep going.
Oh, you
say it right.
You saw when they say when you hit the blunt?
Hits the blunt, yeah, no, the memes, but it was one I seen the other day. Had me die, but it's, you know, I'll keep that one. Keep that one. we got the little ones in the building right now. Yeah, let's get it, brother.
And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast.
Right.
For precept must be upon precept.
See, precept must be upon precept. You got to understand who's the Bible talking about first before you can properly understand it. You know what I'm saying? Why we say, you know, the white man is the devil, because Christ didn't care about white people. You know what I'm saying? Christ said, I was only sent to the lost sheep of Israel. That's right. You know what I mean? Like, the pastor never read that in church. I never knew that Christ said that. they always stop. Like for who, you know what I'm saying? Whosoever speak on the name of the Lord shall be saved. And they'll stop right there.
Right.
But the very next line say, ye men of Israel, hear these words. You know? Like, so, you know, you gotta, the other scripture says to study and show thyself approved. So you study, you go home, you get the precepts and learn, then you come back, you ask questions, you know what I mean? Because we love questions in the U.P.K. We love, you know what I'm saying, destroying Christianity. You know what I'm saying? We ain't like the Christian church where you got to just sit there and listen and can't ask a question. You have a question, you raise your hand, you ask your questions. You know what I'm saying? Because the scriptures say through all things gain understanding. You know what I'm saying? So, for precept must be upon precept. Keep going.
Precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line. Here a little and there a little.
Here a little and there a little. You know what I'm saying? Different things will teach you about different parts of the Bible. You know what I mean? I thought, you know, that, like I said, I was like in the Christian church, I thought that Adam and Eve was made from a lump of clay too. Until I found out that this is a black man's book. And when he says, you know, he made them from the dirt, it's like we talk. You know, I came from the dirt, but I pulled myself up out the mud. You know what I'm saying? That's what they was talking about. He was just in a lower state. You know what I mean? And when they said Mary was a virgin, when you look up the word virgin, it just means a young woman of marriageable age. You know what I mean? So you just got to get proper understanding.
Right.
Yeah. You know, so you got to be weaned up. That's the milk scriptures. You know, the little scriptures. Find out the law, statutes, and commandments. Then we can teach you about what Revelations is talking about. Then you can get the breakdowns of what the dragon is and the seven horn and you know what I mean? And all of those meat scriptures. But learn how to stop getting high first. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Learn how to, you know what I'm saying, stop being a liar and a thief and a cheat. You know what I mean? Is that it on that?
Carmen.
All right, grab Matthew 9 and 16. You know what I'm saying? But you know, one of the main problems is though, like to try to teach people, like a lot of these pastors, they don't want to learn. You know what I'm saying? They call it stuck in their ways.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? These fake Israelite groups, you know what I'm saying? They homosexual, they don't want to stop doing rise. You know what I mean? You know, brothers don't want to stop raping. You know, they got a whole group where they talking about you can rape people. And you know, that's, you know, like, really, fam? So somebody can come rape your daughter and give you 50, you know what I'm saying? All right, brother, yeah, you know, I raped your daughter last night. Here go 50 shekels of silver. We cool, right? Come on, man. Come on, man. But that's what happens when people have their own lust and they want to do, you know what I'm saying? They'll find a way to you know, make the scriptures believe. Like, if you could have a whole faggot church, you already know this, you know what I'm saying? People was wicked as hell to try to say this, you know what I mean? I heard a sister the other day talking about Ruth's name was lesbian. Like, lesbianism was okay because the story of Ruth, when they talking about Ruth, when she said something about she kissed her daughter or something, she was trying to point out, you know what I'm saying? But they don't understand, you know, what a salute is, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, what a kiss means in the Bible, and different things like that, you know? So we got to be taught first. But a lot of these people are stuck in their ways. Let's get it.
Matthew chapter 9, verse 16. No man putteth a piece of new cloth unto an old garment.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Once you get this truth, you got to shed yourself for the Christianity. You got to completely get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't finna put a piece, what it say?
No man putteth a piece of new cloth unto an old garment.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't finna do that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna, you know, put old stuff on new clothes. Like, you got a new shirt, a new piece. You ain't finna take a piece of old stuff and sew it onto a new shirt. You know what I'm saying? You just gonna, either you're gonna rock your old shirt or you're gonna, you know, take the old shirt off and get a new shirt. You ain't gonna try to sew them together. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's just like, you know, you can't be a Hebrew Christian. You can't come into the truth and say you're a Hebrew Israelite, but then teach brothers that they can only have one wife. Because you know what they're going to do? They're going to be buying transvestites, shooting them in the face after they try to expose them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? You teach them they got to have one wife, they're going to be committing adultery on their wife, feeling like they sinning on their wife. You know what I'm saying? Running around having sex with sisters and tossing them to the side is what they're going to do. Right. You know what I'm saying? Talking about their backsliding. You know what I mean? That's what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Keep going.
For that which is put in to fill it, up, taketh from the garment, and the rent is made worse.
Right, keep going.
Neither do men put new wine into old bottles.
Right, you can't, keep going.
Else the bottles break, and the wine runneth out.
Right, you know, You can't feel something that's already filled up. You know what I mean? It'll run out. You gotta empty that, or you gotta rid yourself of the Christianity, man. You know what I'm saying? Take it out and fill yourself up with this truth and live like that. You know what I'm saying? Fill your bottle up with this new, the new wine. You can get rid of the old. Is that it on that one?
Allah.
Keep going.
And the bottles perish, but they put new wine into new bottles,
Right.
and both are preserved.
That's right, man. So you gotta just become a new person. You cannot continue to be the old, disgusting person you've been. When you hear the truth, you gotta change and become new. You know what I'm saying? You a virgin again. You new. You come into the truth. Hey, all the people, whoever you just slept with in the past, that stuff is gone. You ain't never been with nobody but me. You know what I'm saying? And that's just it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about none of that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you've been through, you know what I'm saying? It's all white clean. You know what I'm saying? And you a new person in the Most High, and then we gonna rock it out to the end. You know what I'm talking about? Let's grab, that's it on that one, right?
Come on.
All right, let's grab Isaiah 29 and 11. You know what I'm saying? You know, but when this truth comes, like I said, you know, you're going to go see your pastors and talk to them, and they're going to tell you, you know, they're going to show you. They're going to be like, you know what, I don't know the Bible. Like I told you, when I came into the truth, and I went to my pastor, he was like, man, these scriptures you bringing out, they go. First he tried to say they don't mean nothing. Then at the end of it, he trying to say, yeah, you know, well, if I tell people this stuff, they ain't gonna come to church. You know what I'm saying? But this is what the scriptures say. Let's get it.
Isaiah chapter 29 verse 11. And the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed.
Right. Pastors ain't gonna understand these scriptures.
Which men deliver to one that is learning, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I cannot.
Right. You gonna go to your pastors, they ain't gonna know these scriptures, man. They ain't gonna know these breakdowns. You know what I'm saying? They gonna be like, I cannot, I don't know, I don't got the truth. They're gonna be coming to hand over them keys like them brothers down in Texas. The pastor came to hand over his whole church to the U.P.K. Like, here in the Bible for 20 years, my father was a preacher. I knew someone right. Y'all got the truth. I'm ready to be a trooper in the church. Here go my church. Here go my keys.
Right.
They Israelite groups bringing their keys, turning over their schools, and that's thus says the Lord. You know
that's
what I'm saying?
Right.
Keep going.
Read this, I pray thee. And he said, I cannot.
I cannot.
For it is sealed.
Right.
And the book is delivered to him that is not learning.
Right.
Saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I'm not learning.
Right. You gotta learn, man. They don't know. But everybody must be taught. You know what I'm saying? Grab 1 Samuel chapter 3 and 4. Everybody must be taught. How much time we got on?
We got 24 minutes.
All right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to be taught these. You know what I'm saying? You cannot just get up one day, read something on the internet, and go out and teach. You know what I'm saying? It's wrong. I remember when I was first, I was in the fake Israelite group, and I came to the brother who was over the group. You know, like, hey, okay, brother, you know, where you learn this from? I'm trying to inquire from the brother, like, you know, let's keep going to the top. The brother wouldn't tell me where he got it from. He just said, I got it off the internet. I'm like, who off the internet? You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to tell me, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I was watching the U.P.K, you know what I'm saying? I had to figure it out for myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm steady sitting there. The brother would never tell me, you know what I'm saying, who he learned from. He just said I went on the internet, and that's why he was sitting there telling me that I can run around and it's not a sin for me to let a woman give me head, and that's not me marrying her. You know what I mean? That's what he told me. I'm coming up, you know what I'm saying, bogus. Like, so I'm just going to be letting sisters go on my ride and say, yeah, brother, here you go, brother. I ain't marrying. You know what I'm saying? See, that's you all right there, brother. Bogus just said, man, you know, but that's what the brother was telling me, though. That was one of the things he told me. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can get linings, you know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous, man, but that's what happens when you sit at home and lean on your own understanding. That's what the scripture say. You cannot lean on your own understanding.
Right.
You got to be taught. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was taught, and we're going to get into a little quick story to show you how even the prophets in the Bible were taught first. You know what I mean? They didn't just get up one day, start going on the streets teaching. It didn't happen like that. All right, so let's get it. 1 Samuel 3 and 4.
Come. 1 Samuel chapter 3 verse 4. That the Lord called Samuel, and he answered, Here am I.
So this is the prophet Samuel. You know, he got 2 books in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? First and Second Samuel. You know, amazing brother in the Bible, right? But he, you know what I'm saying? This is him being taught how to hear the word of the Most High. You cannot just go and lean on your own understanding to get the understanding of these scriptures. So if Samuel had to learn, and he's in the book, you know what I'm saying? If this brother had to learn, what makes you think you can go on the internet and teach yourself? All right, but let's keep going.
And he ran unto Eli, and he said, Here am I.
So Samuel heard a voice. He's sleeping in the bed. He heard a voice. The Lord called him, but he didn't know. He didn't know the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So he ran downstairs. He heard a voice. He runs downstairs. Here am I. Right? Keep going.
For thou callest me. And he said, I called not.
Right. Eli tell him, I ain't called you. What are you talking about? Keep going.
Lie down again.
Go lay down, bro. You tripping. I ain't called you. Go lay down. You know what I'm saying? And so he went to go lay down. All right, keep going.
And he went and lay down. And the Lord called yet again Samuel. And Samuel arose and went to Eli.
So he heard it again. The Lord is calling him, but he don't know what's the Lord's voice. He don't know. So he running downstairs. The Lord called him again. He ran back downstairs the second time. What'd he say?
And said, Here am I. For thou didst call me.
I mean, I know you just called me a second time, man. What's going on?
Right.
You know, so he going to the, who was it, Elijah? I mean, who was he?
Eli.
Eli. He went to Eli. Keep going.
And he answered, I called not.
I did not call you out. You was tripping. Go to bed, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
My son, lie down again.
Go lay down. He don't know that this is the Most High. That he don't know the word, or he don't know the voice of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And this is the prophet Samuel, man. Keep going.
Now Samuel did not yet know the Lord.
You know what I mean? He didn't know. He didn't know. He had to be taught. Keep going.
Neither was the word of the Lord yet revealed unto him.
Right. You know what I mean? But this is he a prophet. It wasn't yet revealed. He had to be taught this thing. Keep going.
And the Lord called Samuel again the third time.
He called him again. The Lord called him. Keep going.
And he arose and went to Eli.
Right. He read it again. Said, Eli, study going. You know what I'm saying? And said what?
And said, Here am I. For thou didst call me.
Man, I know you just called. This is the third time. Keep going.
And Eli perceived that the Lord had called the child.
And you see, but Eli knew what was going on. So he like, oh, okay, this is what's going on. Let me teach you. Let me teach you real quick. Keep going.
Therefore Eli said unto Samuel, Go lie down. And it shall be, if he call thee, that thou shalt say, Speak, Lord, for thy servant heareth.
He was taught how to listen to the Lord and how to deal with the Most High. Right there. You know what I'm saying? This is how what the Most High is doing. This is how you operate with the Most High. Just like we doing today.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't get to just do what you want to do. Run around teaching yourself. You will catch yourself, you know what I'm saying, with fringes on your Target t-shirt. You know what I mean? That's what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? You will catch yourself running around, you know, letting sisters, you know, humbling sisters, letting them blow on you, you know, your rod or whatever, and tossing them to your brother. Talk about, here you go, out, she good. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's evil, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's not brotherhood. You know, that's what you'll be running around doing. You'll be running around teaching brothers that it's okay to rape brothers' daughters and go give them some money and say, this is my wife now. Come on, man. They know that that's not you, a brother. That's what I'm saying. You do know that if a brother came and your daughter said, he raped me. You're like, what you mean? I married her. I caught her in the field and I took it. Here go your 50 shekels is right here, man. What's the problem? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's ridiculous, but that's what happens when you're not taught properly. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're not taught properly, man. So which one was that? That was 10? Keep going.
So Samuel went down and lay in his place. And the Lord came and stood and called as at other times, Samuel, Samuel. Then Samuel answered, Speak, for thy servant heareth.
You see, you know what I'm saying? He did what the Most High said. And then how did the Lord do? Keep going.
And the Lord said to Samuel, Behold, I will do a thing in Israel at which both the ears of everyone that heareth it shall tingle.
Right. So the Most High was just showing him, you know what I'm saying? The Most High's talked to him. Now he's dealing with the Most High. Now he knows his voice. Now he knows the truth. You know what I'm saying? Now he knows how to go properly teach and lead somebody and tell them what the Lord said.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the counselors that we have in UPK. You know what I'm saying? The you know, General Mahiman, you know what I'm saying, and everybody else. You know, great counselors in the truth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, because, you know, the counsel I've gotten from the General, you know what I'm saying, has saved my life in so many times and helped my family.
Right.
You know, always get counsel, man.
That's
You know
right.
what I'm saying? When you get that voice inside you telling you don't need counsel, that's Satan trying to destroy you, man.
That's
you know,
right.
you got that pride in you that don't want to, you feel like you might get checked. A lot of times, you know what I'm saying, it'd be good. Like, I thought, like, some stuff, I'm like, man, I don't want to call the General for this. You know what I'm saying? He going to look at me a certain kind of way. And, you know, and it turned out to be completely opposite. He like, man, that's strong. You know what I'm saying, that you called me to talk to me about this. You know what I'm saying? A weaker brother wouldn't have did it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and it was a glorious thing, and it helped me, and it allowed me to help my little brothers and my family in so many different ways. So get counsel, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't just sit there and lean on your understanding. You tell somebody something, you know what I'm saying? Go make sure you told them the right thing, all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Anytime I give somebody some counsel, man, I definitely go check. Hey, I said this. This how the brother came to me with this. I told him this. Was that the right thing to do? All the time. You know what I'm saying? But always get counsel, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit at home, you know what I'm saying, in your room letting Satan mess with your head. You know what I mean?
Right.
You go talk to a brother or a sister, you know what I'm saying? And then, because the sister, if she right, she going to tell you too, go get some counsel. You know what I'm saying? You know, she ain't going to sit there and, you know, gossip with you and do things like that. She'll be like, hey, sis, you know, you probably need to get some counsel for this. Or, brother, go get some counsel, you know what I'm saying? If you know, don't be prideful. You know what I'm saying? You know, humble yourself, get counsel, man. It can save your life, man. All right.
That's right.
Let's grab grab Hebrews 5 and 12, yeah.
What verse did you read to? I just put the verse down.
Oh, we did, that was from 4 to 10. So 1 Samuel chapter 3, and we read from 4 to 10. But and it's a good story too. If you want to read that story, man, you can go through. It's a great story. What happened with Eli? Like, it was so crazy because, you know, Eli had to tell the one who taught him. You know what I'm saying? The Most High used Eli to say some horrible stuff was going to happen to. Used Samuel to tell Samuel like this was going to happen to Eli. You know what I'm saying? And he had to tell him the truth. You know what I mean? And Eli took it like, hey, well, that's the Lord. That's what's going to happen. Most High in Christ, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like a good thing. So, you know, yeah, it was a real glorious story. If you get a chance, you know, go ahead and read it, man. It's a good whole story. But I just wanted to get that part to show, because this topic is just about brothers, you know, trying to teach themselves the Bible. Right. You know what I'm saying? The Bible has been around forever, and still homosexuals in the Christian church, you know what I'm saying, leading the choirs all over the earth. You know what I'm saying? And they got the Bible. So it's not about that. The Bible on everybody's nightstand, you know what I'm saying, everybody's house. What he said, got the little, you know, strippers is praying in the back of the strip club. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Strippers, they praying that they get money, and you got to put.
It's like, yeah, I seen the Bible just recently. I know they got it in a couple different versions, but like the first page before you even got to any of the scriptures, a picture of white Jesus standing there with a staff and a lamb and stuff.
Oh, wow. You see? That's brainwashing, you know what I'm saying? Because I had never heard that scripture in the Bible either. You know what I'm saying? That Jesus was so black, it looked like he burnt in the furnace. Have you ever seen that in the Bible?
No.
In the Bible? You said no?
You know about Revelation? Oh. I was like, you said it there. I was like, what? Okay.
It said he was so dark, it looked like he burnt in the furnace.
Oh.
That's how dark he was. He wasn't just a black man, he was a dark-skinned man.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, you said you never seen it, huh? Or you never heard? Have you ever heard it or seen it?
Yeah, I heard, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, but the church, I've never heard that read in the church ever.
Right, me
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Never knew he had woolly hair. I'm like, why would they never say, you in the black church with all these black people, you know how good that would make people feel to know Christ look like me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, sisters is running around trying to bleach their skin to be white because they think dark skin is horrible. But what if you would have told them that Christ has skin like you? You know what I mean? Like, that would have been something glorious, man. But yeah, in Revelations 1 and 13, if you read that, you know what I'm saying, you will see that, you know, the description of Christ. You know what I'm saying? They say he was so dark it looked like he burnt in the furnace. He was dark skinned brother. But yeah, man. So.
Slocky. No more team light skin over here.
Right, man. Hey. And I like the summertime, everybody get a little more dark. White people start to peel in the summer though, they hate it. You know what I'm saying? The sun hates that. That's all I say. Them people is disgusting, man. The sun don't even like them people, man. You know what I'm saying? The sun makes everything grow. It makes the grass grow, it makes us, it makes us feel good, But them people, you give them cancer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, Most High Christ, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know that there's something wrong with them. You know what I'm saying? When the nature don't like you. You know what I'm saying? They the only one get ate up by sharks and everything. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be in the water too. Never hear about a nigga. The nature hates them, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man. But let's get Hebrews, so it's that 5 and 12 real quick. But yeah, so you gotta be taught, man. You know what I'm saying? Get into the truth, get into these classes and get properly taught these scriptures, man. You know what I'm saying? It'll save a lot of people, it'll stop all this division that's all over Israel. But 2/3 gotta be put to death anyway, man. So it's supposed to, if you wanna be one of them 2/3, man, then keep the fridges on your t-shirt out. Keep them on there, you know what I'm saying? Keep running around letting sisters blow your rides and talking about marrying white women talking about their concubines, man. Yeah, the brother told me that too. Did I tell you that? The brother told me you can marry white women and say they're a concubine?
No.
Yeah, man, they were trying to lead me to boy. They was trying to do me in over there in that fake white group, man. Yeah.
Like and too, they be saying that like if a man has more than one wife, like if you Israel, that you're a concubine. They be teaching that too. Like if you're the other wife, you're a concubine or a handmaid. Right.
Wow. I'm telling you, brother, like it's better. They try. At my slavery, they was talking to me about it. You know what I'm saying? My slavery, trying to ask me. You know what I'm saying about integrity. Like they like you have more. I'm like so it's better. So you would prefer that you think it's integrity to sleep with sisters and just toss them to the side when you're tired because y'all have a disagreement? That's better. Or is it better for me to have women that I love to death that I would never leave and I take care of? Right. And, you know what I mean? Like, but if I was running around this mug having all type of women bringing a different woman to the company functions, you wouldn't have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? But they telling me, something about integrity. Like, I just don't want people to question your integrity. I'm like, look, man, my integrity is integrity. I tell sisters every day, you think these sisters in this school don't be coming for me? I'm like, look, man, I tell them every day, no, sis, sex to me is marriage. Right. You know what I mean? I got 2 wives, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't trying to, get into this class and get into school, you know what I'm saying? You ain't about this life. You know what I'm saying? You want somebody to just have sex with you, I'm sure, go around the corner right there, they will line up for you and have sex with you and toss you to the side with no problem. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's integrity, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Teaching the sister that I value you. You know what I'm saying? I don't just want to have sex with you and toss you to the side. You know what I mean? Your body is precious and valuable. You know, that's I had to go in on them people, man. You know what I'm saying? But they confused. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that it's better to have sex with a woman, and when I don't like her no more. You know what I'm saying? The other day she farted in the bed, man. That was it for me. You know what I'm saying? I can't do that, man. It's not too bad. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow, bro. You know what I'm saying? She's good enough for you to risk your life for her. You know what I'm saying? But letting her, land with her, you can risk your life for her, but you ain't gonna use. She's not worth keeping forever. It's a disgusting thing to do, man.
That's
you know what I'm saying? But they want to talk to me about some integrity. Like, boy, they caught it that day in that meeting, man. Right. You know what I mean? Like, get out of here, like, But I'm like, that's what keep, I like to run sisters away. You know what I'm saying? Because that's keeping. I'm like, I tell them that to keep them away. Like, if I went in, I said, hey, I got 2 wives, man. You got to stop doing this. You got to stop doing that to be with me. They be like, nah, man. All right, well, hey, Shalom says keep it moving. Right. Or they be, thinking it's a game and want to, thinking I'm, really like, oh, so you really ain't gonna do it? Like, oh, you thought I was playing with you? We came and had a drink. Like, come on, man. Like I'm feeling like the soft, Right. She like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. I've been with one sister. You gonna be like, nah, I ain't going out with you. You ain't giving up no dick. Like, kid. Right. Like a sister said this. You know what I mean? Like, Like what? Like yeah, man. You know, you cool and everything, but I'm trying to get on. You know, I'm like, oh my God, boy, this the roads, man. These sisters are like men out here, boy.
Right.
I'm telling you. I'm like, I thought I was supposed to be the one, you know, doing it like that, but man, it been tripping me out. But that's the times we living in, man. She just tell me, I'm just trying to get it, you know, I'm just trying to get the thing off, you know. So I'm like, boy, well, I'm like, yeah, go on around the corner, man. I'm sure Super Dick from the Dollar Tree will gladly help you out.
Right.
He will go on and tighten you right on up, man.
Right.
I'm cool. I'm cool.
Shit, how about North Minneapolis? Because black men in North Minneapolis is #1 in AIDS.
What?
Good night.
As of last year. You know Star Tribute?
Yeah, it's not true.
Yeah, they came out with a report. Said black men are #1 in AIDS and HIV.
Black men and just in Minneapolis?
In Minneapolis. North Minneapolis, yes.
Wow.
Just on the north side.
It ain't on the south.
15 minutes away.
I'm good. Right?
Nice.
Yeah, that's sad.
I got out just in time, man. Dude. You know what I mean? Because I would have been one of them. Definitely. Because I was running around that north side, boy. It was...
And also,
it was ugly, boy.
Also, the article said that how that was happening was because of people sleeping with multiple partners.
Yeah.
So you know.
But Northside, when we was coming up, it just graduated to AIDS. So back when I was in high school, on North, they was #1 for STDs over there in North Henry. They was #1 for STDs
Edison,
back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I remember that. So it just graduated on up to big boy. They really got that package. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
There was a sister I had found out that had AIDS, but she wasn't telling a lot of the brothers that she had it. What ended up happening was a lot of the brothers did end up getting it, but somebody got upset. They found out that they had it, ended up going back to where the sister was at and spraying down everybody.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Over North, right?
Come.
I think you know what? I think the sister didn't die. She got hit like 17. I know about the dude hit her like 17 times. She ain't died though, but I think I know that sister. I heard them stories about that. If it's the same story, I have heard.
Right,
But
it was another one too that wasn't in Minnesota where a girl was intentionally giving people AIDS.
Yeah, I just seen that thing.
She went to jail for the shit.
Yeah, man, it's horrible. And they say like, shit, I did because somebody gave it to me. So and it's like, man, it's tight.
Right.
It's tight, and it's a lot too because these brothers is faggots and they undercover, and you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, and they running around, doing all that like that. So, it's a sister on that Black Ink show.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that little show? She got a homosexual to give her be a sperm donor or something.
I mean, I never really watched the show, but
like she went and got a homosexual because she didn't gave her kids up for adoption. You remind me what she would have said. She didn't gave her son up for adoption and got mad at him because he's mad at her about being given up for adoption. You know what I'm saying? And now she's going to have a baby with a homosexual. For him to be a sperm, talking about, because he got good genes. I'm like, he's a faggot. You know what I mean? And you finna have him raising a baby with you, you know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, that's what's going on in the earth, man. She's finna, man, it's disgusting, man. But anyway, we gotta digress a little bit off the topic. But all that, you know what I'm saying, comes from lack of knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Not, how people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, like the scriptures say, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have no understanding, no knowledge of who you are and where you're going, you're just going to continue to be lost. All right? But you got to be taught. And this is the scriptures that says it as well. We're gonna keep getting more scriptures to show you. What we looking like on the time?
3.
3? Oh, damn. Come on, let's get it.
Hebrews chapter 5, verse 12. For when for the time ye ought to be teachers.
Now, you know what I'm saying? Before that brother was out to be teachers, trying to lead me down the path to, you know what I'm saying, of destruction, teaching me I can have white people. And, I would have been coming into the truth with a white woman. I never liked white women, though, so even before, I probably wouldn't have did that. But, you know what I'm saying, all kind of other garbage, though, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, man, you remember I had them fringes on my shirt when y'all came, baby? Hey, it was so terrible. I had fringes on the bottom of a dashiki, you remember?
Yeah.
I had the dashiki on, man, with fringes on it, man. I thought I was fresh to death. Hey, I did. It was terrible. It was terrible, man. But anyway, before you have to be teachers, but what I do before I decide to go teach anybody anything, keep going.
Right.
Ye have need that one teach you again.
You need to be retaught, man. You might think you know. You go read the Bible, that's fine. Study. You think you know what you know. Come and ask your questions. Come to class, ask your questions, because you must be taught again. These Christian pastors have been reading the Bible forever. They need to get in class and be taught again. You know what I mean?
Right.
Keep going.
Which be the first principles of the oracles of God.
You said it's a what principle?
The first principles.
The first principle.
Of the oracles of God.
All right? This is not my word. God said you need to be taught again. You might think you know something. Nah, I think you need to be taught again. You know what I mean? I talked about Pat. I asked him, why you ain't put the black Jesus up? They took the white Jesus down and they said, we ain't going to put no Jesus up. It was cool when you had the white Jesus up, though. But now we brought you up on charges about the white Jesus. You're going to take the Jesus down, but don't put the black Jesus up. Boy, right. You disrespectful. Come on, keep going.
And are become such as have need of milk.
You need that milk. You need to be taught. We ain't from the milk again. Come on.
And not of strong meat.
Right. You don't need the meat yet. You ain't ready to be teaching nobody until you have been taught first. All right?
For everyone that useth milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness.
Right.
For he is a babe.
Right, man. You're a young baby. You got to be retaught and learn. Once you learn, you get yourself big and strong. You, like a baby, newborn baby, all they can drink is milk. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't ready to eat meat and digest meat. And you can't you'll be, you know what I'm saying? You ain't ready. You ain't ready to go out there. You ain't ready to hate white people yet and tell them they're the devil. You ain't ready for that. You like, but I got a white friend. You know what I'm saying, that I grew up with. What about him? Can I bring him? Right. Yeah, he can be a slave. Yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? You ain't ready for that yet. You ain't, you know, you got to be getting milk first. Get him the milk. All right? That's it on that.
But strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age.
Right.
Even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You got to be taught, man. You know what I'm saying? That brother had no business out there trying to teach somebody. You know what I'm saying? He was, you know, he didn't know good and evil. Anybody knows. Letting some sister blow your rod is humbling that sister. Right. And you don't want to give that sister to your brother after she done did. You know what I'm saying? How we supposed to be saying, you know what I mean? Like, this is my brother. Y'all come in here, you know, to class with my woman. And he like, oh man, she just blew me yesterday, but she yours now. Right. Come on, man. It's disgusting, man. You can't be, you don't know how to discern good and evil. You got to come and learn the truth. Grab Romans 10 and 14 real quick. We're going to wrap it up with this.
Romans chapter 10, verse 14. How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed?
Right.
And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher? And how shall they preach except they be sent?
Right. You can't just, who sent you? You know what I'm saying? Who ordained you to be out there? Man, sent you got to be ordained, get that oil poured on your head and be made, what you call it, able to go out and teach. Come on.
As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace.
Right, how beautiful are the feet. You know what I'm saying? And that just means, like, you know, when you sitting at, you know, at the table learning, you know, you should have your pen and pad down there, you know, learning. You should see in the feet because you right there at the table watching the people teaching. You at their feet learning. You know what I mean? That's a beautiful thing. How beautiful are the feet. You know what I'm saying? The people, because that's a beautiful thing, a sight to have somebody, you know, to teach you this truth, man, saving your life. You know what I'm saying? Because it could be somebody teaching you to go out and prostitute and sell your body or go out and sell some drugs. You know what I mean? Like we was taught at a young age. I was taught to live that life. My parents coming up encouraged drug dealing and gang banging and pimping. You know what I mean? Right. But so with that, man, you know, get into class. You know what I'm saying? Get into class, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're in these classes, man. Get off them street corners if you ain't been properly taught. Get into this truth so you can learn the proper breakdowns of the Bible. And so you can stop calling division amongst the people. All right? You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to everything I.S.U.P.K. Everything. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe to everything I.S.U.P.K. Minneapolis. You know what I'm saying? If you hear, you know, pay your tithes, and get into this truth, man. You know what I'm saying? So with that, Shalom, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat to all the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shema, Aladam Hashem, Yahweh Shah to all the sisters, man.
Naptown, Shottown, Detroit, Milltown, St. Louis, One West, Minneapolis, Murder Soda, Northside, y'all know how we do it. Quinayala, the Zealous Angel. Let me get on. Lord forgive me, I ain't got no fake shit in me. Sometimes I wonder to myself if that's the reason you sent me. Y'all niggas monkeys, monkeys do boys, they power junkies. If it wasn't for this pistol I'm packing, you'd probably jump me. I'm foolish, they think that my goons is not ghoulish. Kunaya Allah, Yasha Allah, but never Jewish. Fuck you rulers, you devils, you crackers, you school shooters. Couldn't fool us with your murderous lies till you soup coolers. Lights on, fights on till life's gone. Our pain sounds good when it's played to the right song. It's the takeover, new millennium makeover. That U.P.K order, pump out of my 8 order. That brotherhood, call see if your brother good. Carry the groceries home, make sure that your mother good. Tell your wife shut her mouth, if you love her then fuck her good. Protect her from the evil white media pumping tour. Raise your kids up, stop beating your bitch up. Causing schisms in the body, rebelling against her. I ain't buy the Bugatti, I don't bang the Takashi. I ain't found the Versace, I ain't cop the Harachis. I got all black boots and they laced up. I got a few black wives, no lace ones. Niggas see us in the streets, don't say none. Got some Midwest niggas that's gon' say some. U.P.K, U.P.K, you ain't fucking with the gang. If you split, you ain't shit, you just fucking up the gang. U.P.K, U.P.K, give the glory to the king. If you split, you ain't shit, you just fucking up the gang. Gang, waiting for Muhammad, I'll be off of you niggas. I get counseling every day to keep me off of you niggas. See, I sleep with the Ruger, shit with the 6 sewer. 7 your kids' head and sending shit back to you. Got a 4/5, hollow tips with fat clips with minimum back kick. Make niggas do backflips. I got precepts, take you niggas to recess. Cut your line upon line till you bleed and you're speechless. I got bars that get under your skin and they feel on you. Rip the tweeters out your stereo speakers and steal on you. Up the deal on you, drill on them and kill on the cats and chill on them. Fuck around, kill on them. U.P.K, U.P.K, you ain't fucking with the gang. If you split, you ain't shit, you just fucking up the gang. U.P.K, U.P.K, get a guard to the king. If you split, you ain't shit, you just fucking up the gang. Gang, gang. Y'all know what it is, man. One West, man. We the only ones held on to this doctrine, man. You know what I'm saying? When everybody else went off into that weirdo shit, y'all some bozos, you dig? If it ain't under Commander General Yohanna, the I.S.U.P.K, it ain't the truth. Straight like that. One body of Christ, one spirit. I'm out.